According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful B&B, Luna Nozoa, Lisa Yamada, would ask Tanner Novelin's character John Finn Finnegan to raise her child. When Luna's perverse schemes go through, would she turn against the Spencers and adopt a new objective? Luna was certain that this child would be her ticket out of jail after she had targeted Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, and become pregnant with his unborn child. Of course, B&B fans will recall that Luna got an unpleasant awakening when Electra Forrester, Linnea Grace, called the cops on her. Bill Spencer, Don Giamott, and did nothing to stop Luna from being taken to prison once more. Now Luna has been pretending she's in danger thanks to the other convicts, when she actually simply convinced her cellmate to beat her up for the second time. It's just the most recent plan Luna has in mind, as she desperately hopes to gain her independence and win Will's love. Will, though, has maintained that the kid is all that matters to him. In a similar vein, Bill has pledged that Luna will forfeit custody and cease all communication with the child after birth. They could raise the child without the child ever knowing Luna was their father, according to even Katie Logan, Heather Tom. Luna might concentrate on a different approach if she eventually determines her plans won't work out. Luna might completely turn against the Spencer clan if she is unable to raise her child as a free woman and become Mrs. Will Spencer. Luna may begin to consider alternative ways to keep the kid away from the Spencers, which may result in her making a special request to call Finn. What if Luna asks Finn to raise her child instead, putting him on the spot? Luna may want her dad to take care of her and be there for his grandchild as well, as Finn is already taking care of small children. That does not imply that Finn would agree to the plan, particularly since Steffi Forrester Finnegan, Jacqueline McInnes would become enraged and most likely say no. However, if things don't turn out the way Luna had anticipated, she could try to convince Finn that her child would be better off growing up away from conceited, hateful Spencers. In the end, Luna might encourage Finn to fight for custody with her complete support. In any event, spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful indicate that Luna's plot may become much more complicated, so tune in for any further unexpected developments. After Luna's early labor, the tension surrounding the newborn escalates to a fever pitch as the entire Spencer and Forrester family converge at a hospital, each person's motives clashing like tectonic plates on the verge of eruption. Will is desperate, torn between protecting the baby from Luna's manipulations and grappling with the residual guilt that his actions, or lack thereof, may have contributed to this disaster. Electra hovers nervously, sensing that Will's compassion toward Luna, although only for the child, could open cracks in their own relationship, and she struggles to master jealousy as she witnesses Luna's desperate theatrics, feigning frailty and vulnerability to win Finn's devotion. Finn, meanwhile, is caught in an emotional maelstrom, battling the instinct of father to his own children, the healer in him who cannot ignore Luna's apparent distress, and the loyalty he owes Steffi, whose panic and anger serve as a constant reminder of the peril Luna represents. As Luna clings to her newborn, whispering that she alone can protect the baby from the cruel Spencers, Bill's fury boils over, and he challenges her directly, threatening legal action and promising that the baby will never be allowed to become a pawn in her twisted schemes. Luna's response is cold, calculated, and manipulative. She frames her pleas in terms of the child's well-being, subtly planting seeds of doubt in Finn's mind, while simultaneously turning Bill and Will against each other, insinuating that they are only motivated by greed and power rather than concern for child. The hospital corridors become a battlefield of words and glances, with Steffi's protective instincts clashing against Luna's cunning performance, and nurses and doctors observing the chaos with wide-eyed confusion as the tension threatens to spill over into physical confrontation. In the days that follow, Luna refuses to release control of the child, arranging for a transfer to a specialized care unit where she can remain close while ostensibly recuperating. Yet in reality, she is plotting every possible maneuver to ensure she retains leverage over Finn and the Spencers. Finn, grappling with the impossible morality of the situation, begins secretly consulting lawyers and counselors, weighing the rights of the biological mother against his paternal instincts and potential trauma inflicted upon the baby if left in Luna's manipulative hands. Will Bill and Katie form a united front to safeguard the child, but Luna's clever use of legal loopholes and her uncanny ability to manipulate anyone in the room keeps the adults in constant suspense, never quite sure who she will deceive next. As each day unfolds, the tension ratchets higher. Luna stages subtle medical crises, claiming the baby is vulnerable, coaxing Finn into granting her requests that place her above the law's immediate reach. Steffi, enraged by Luna's audacity, warns Finn that if he continues to entertain Luna's schemes, he risks not only his marriage but also the very safety of the child he has sworn to protect. Meanwhile, Will oscillates between anger and guilt, occasionally breaking down into private confessions with Katie about his own failings and how he feels powerless against Luna's manipulations. The hospital staff becomes unwitting witnesses to a psychological chess match where every word and gesture is a move in Luna's ongoing campaign for dominance over the newborn's life. The climax approaches when Luna, emboldened by her perceived control, attempts to take the baby from the care unit under the guise of medical emergency, only to be intercepted by Steffi, Finn, and Bill in a tense standoff filled with shouting, tears, and frantic legal threats. Luna's plan, however, is never simple. She has contingencies in place, allies who may or may not betray her, and a cunning intelligence to exploit even a single lapse in attention, making the adults realize that nothing in this twisted saga is predictable. The episode closes with Luna clutching a blanket that smells faintly of her baby, staring out the hospital window with a mixture of triumph and madness. Finn's face a mask of conflicted loyalty and fear, Steffi's hands trembling with frustration and anger, and Will standing rigidly, vowing that no matter what Luna does, the Spencers will never relinquish the child to her control, leaving the audience on the edge of their seats, heart pounding, desperate to know what scheme Luna will orchestrate next, and whether anyone will survive the emotional hurricane she has unleashed. The tension explodes into chaos as Luna, refusing to remain confined by hospital rules, executes her daring escape plan, enlisting a complicit nurse who owes her a favor from prior manipulations, and as Finn arrives for a routine check on the baby, he notices subtle signs that something is off. The infant's blanket is out of place, the monitors are tampered with, and Luna is nowhere in sight. Immediately, his paternal instincts kick in as he alerts Steffi and Will, who race down the sterile. Corridors, hearts pounding, adrenaline surging. Fully aware that if Luna succeeds in taking the baby, the legal and emotional fallout could be catastrophic. And just as Luna reaches the elevator with a stroller cleverly disguised as a hospital transport, she freezes when she catches sight of Steffi barreling toward her, shouting her name. Finn right behind, eyes blazing with fury and fear, and Will entering the scene, chest heaving, as the doors open to reveal the security team called by Bill, after his relentless surveillance and detective work, creating a trap that Luna hadn't fully anticipated. For a brief, electrifying moment, time seems to slow, each second charged with suspense as Luna weighs her options, push forward and risk confrontation, or surrender the